Whew! You never know what you're gonna get with the Bad Batch, do you? So, after the last couple of episodes with a scavenger hunt gone wrong with Omega's wannabe aunt, and a field trip to Kashyyyk with another kid, the Bad Batch kicks into high gear, and I think starts meeting the potential of the show. I just thought it was such a clean episode, and there wasn't even any Bad Batch in it. It seems like the best episodes don't even have them. It's like the episodes that follow the Bad Batch are targeting a younger audience with adventure and bad guy of the week episodes. But then we get these multi-part arcs showing Star Wars fans in epic fashion how the galaxy wrestled with what to do with the clones after the Clone Wars ends. What did this look like for those characters? And the show knows that it's Clone Wars fans that are asking these questions. And the show also knows that the fans asking those questions grew up watching the clones and those characters. And so for these fans, the show transforms into a vessel to tell a much more mature, dark story continuing the legacy of the Clone Wars, and it kind of shoves the Bad Batch off to the side. Sure, this episode is accessible for younger fans, but are they really the target audience for this?
So what does that make you? A believer.
But don't get me wrong, I'm not complaining. I thought this was good. Okay, episode 7, The Clone Conspiracy. Just from the opening, you can tell that we are in for a banger of an episode. It sets such a great tone immediately and feels much more mature than previous episodes. A sweeping shot of Coruscant focuses into the bright neon light of a club, but not just any club. A clone club. And through the dreamy, then bar music, but also the traffic sounds and the white noise of background chatter, we continue to focus in on and hear two clones, Cade and Slip, sitting at the bar discussing how the Empire has the galaxy fooled about Kamino and its destruction. But even worse than the lies surrounding Kamino's destruction, it's upsetting because they played a role in it, doing something like that to the closest thing they as clones have to a home. As you remember from the previous season of Bad Batch, the Empire had capital ships led by Admiral Rampart rain blaster fire down, destroying its cities and everyone in them. Cade, sitting at the bar, tells Slip that he's going to expose what happened to Kamino. But Slip thinks it's too dangerous. They need to just forget about it, forget about Kamino, and go on with their lives. They walk outside to leave, and Slip continues to try to talk Cade out of taking any action. But Cade won't change his mind. He says, "We're not bad men, but what we did was wrong." It's a great comeback. And it's cool to see the clones still in uniform, but out of their armor, in the city, living their lives, mixed in with civilians on the street. I don't know, just felt kind of different and fresh to me. But just then, a sniper attacks, and Cade is killed. Slip is able to dodge behind a speeder bike and creatively turns it into a moving piece of cover. He then escapes into the traffic and disappears into the cityscape of Coruscant. We cut to the Senate building, where senators are debating military funding. Yeah, you heard that right. Politics in Star Wars. I know it's a point of criticism for a lot of folks, but hey, I'm here for it. So the Imperial Defense Recruitment Bill is the topic at hand here in the early days of the Empire, but now with Kamino gone and no new source of clones, political leaders are not sure what to do about it. This new bill proposes conscripted soldiers made up of citizens of the Empire to replace the clones and make up a new Imperial military. Those in favor say that now more than ever, threats loom large from insurgents across the galaxy. The bill would set up a new military for the people of the people. But critics argue that the emergency created by the separatists during the Clone Wars is over. The conflict is over. Any future funding should be shifted away from the military. If the bill moves forward to recruit new troops and phase out the clones, it also creates the question of what to do with the clones that are left, and senators are posing that question. What will the Empire do with the clones if they force them to retire? But the debating has to continue, as not enough senators can agree on how to move forward just yet. We cut to Admiral Rampart and Mas Amida walking and talking in the hallways of the Senate building. Mas Amida is an imperial official, and essentially you can kind of think of him as the Emperor's representative at the Senate and to different parts of the military. Rampart is confident the defense recruitment bill will pass. He believes the opponents to the bill are a small but very loud group. See, he and the Empire want to pass the bill and phase out the clones in favor of the Stormtrooper program. Rampart's plan is to lie and sweet talk to the opponents of the bill. He's gonna make a deal where they allow his defense bill to pass, but with the promise for future legislation to address their concerns about it. Of course, this is a promise he never intends to follow through on. And Mas Amida is more skeptical of Rampart and reminds him that if the bill is not passed, it's Rampart's butt that'll be on the line. Senator Chuchi is one of the lead opponents of the bill, and she has a specific concern of what will happen to the clones once they are phased out. We meet up with her at the clone bar, asking clones what they would want in retirement. The clones she's talking to are mad. They don't want to entertain the conversation even. They can't even imagine any scenario where they would retire. But they do come to respect Chuchi as someone who will listen to them and could potentially represent them in the Senate. And that's when Slip, the clone from the beginning of the episode, finds her. He tells Chuchi about Kamino's destruction and about Rampart's nefarious intentions. He even talks a little bit about the assassinations going on to keep people quiet. At first, she thinks it's way too outrageous to be true, but she does want to look into it more. There's another great landscape shot of Coruscant. There are so many of those in this episode, and now we are clearly in a more industrial, poorer part of town with Slip. He looks scared, he looks paranoid, he's constantly checking his back, but he makes a call to someone saying he's desperate and he needs help. Now, going back and forth, we're with Chuchi and Rampart, who are privately discussing the defense bill while on an Imperial military base. It's a nice backdrop for the story, as it shows with no words how militarized the Empire is now. Chuchi and Rampart can't really come to an agreement during their conversation, and Chuchi presses him on Kamino. This is important because while Rampart was sure before that he could get the bill passed when he was talking with Mas Amida, now I think the cracks in his confidence are showing. Next, Chuchi meets with Bail Organa in an alley where she laments that most of the current political class is either ignorant or apathetic to the issues the galaxy currently faces. But Bail cuts through the noise and just wants to know about her conversation with Rampart. He makes it clear that he believes the Empire cannot be trusted, which in turn makes her open up, and she tells Bail about what she knows on Kamino. The scene ends and we move to Rampart talking with the sniper from the beginning of the episode. The sniper explains that Chuchi's guards and he, the sniper, are in a race to find Slip. By the way, I do appreciate the fact that they added cool armor and a voice changer to the sniper. Just an extra detail that I thought helped elevate the episode and make the assassin sniper more intimidating. Also, I'm sure they were trying to go for making us ask as the audience if that sniper is Crosshair since the identity is hidden, but I never really thought it could be Crosshair because the sniper just isn't accurate enough. So anyway, Rampart ends their conversation by giving the sniper authorization to kill Chuchi if she gets in the way or if she learns too much. Next, the camera focuses in on the man everyone is now looking for, Slip. Chuchi and her guards are the first to find him, but he is immediately worried that if Chuchi found him, the Empire would be close behind. He says that he's meeting someone tonight who will help get him off planet and off the Empire's radar. Slip explains that he's trying to stay out of it all, to try to disappear, but there is proof that Chuchi can use about what happened. It's on Rampart's ship. There are files that were backed up to its central system. And with that critical piece of intel, Slip is shot by the sniper and goes down. One of Chuchi's guards is next to be hit, and there's a tense firefight that opens up where her remaining guard puts in a really good fight. He even gets shot and just keeps going. It's almost like he has main character agency and skills. but I did say almost because he is eventually killed. So what now? Chuchi is out of luck. Both her guards are down. How will she get out of this bind? Well, it turns out Slip was actually meeting Rex that night, and so Rex arrives and saves the day. He makes short work of Rampart's assassin, stunning him from behind a smokescreen cover. Now that's what I call main character skills. The assassin stood no chance. Rex already knows about Camino, and he and Chuchi interrogate the assassin. Once they remove the mask, it turns out that the assassin is a clone, and they have a very unsettling conversation with him. He refuses to provide any information to them, and he says that Rex is limited while he is a believer. He then proceeds to kill himself by electrocuting something in his mouth, and on that cheery note, the episode ends. At the end, I just sat there for a second with a stupid smile on my face as the dramatic music played over the credits. With the last episode, I literally said, it's okay, and it's not bad, it's just not what I want from this show. And so this episode today is both great and what I want from the show. So that's good. That's good. But what do you think? Let me know in the comments, and if you've made it this far, please like the video and subscribe to the channel. It means a lot. Anyway, take it easy, and I hope you have a great rest of your day.